So curanderismo, this is like the metaphor around it. It's the different healings from our lineages behind that just been immersed with different ones. Curanderismo is not one way, it's different ways that trace back. And the reason that when I started really diving into curanderismo, I was like, oh, is it connected specifically to a lineage? But it's not, because it's immersed, right? So that pot that has all those seeds and all that chile and the chocolate and the sugar, that's what it means. So there's no one way. And even if you look into curanderismo, which is really like your relationship to the earth and how do you work on yourself to also support others. So I just wanted to share that part because I am going to be sharing what I've been taught through my abuelas, through my own experience, and through maestros and maestras. I've had a lot that are human, but also our relatives that are plants, that are the water. And then also like sisters, like this collective of sisters, when you unite together, when you come together, everybody shares a medicine and everybody brings a little bit of them. And you're making your own mole of healing. You're making your own connection to how curanderismo is. So I just wanted to share that because when I do come in circles, I don't want to, I want to make it clear. I don't have the answers. And if I say something today that about a plant and it doesn't resonate with you, don't force it. You should never force anything. Okay. Forcing is your body, your intuition telling you that doesn't land for me. And what sometimes our brain wants to interpret that to there's something wrong with me. There's absolutely nothing wrong with you. Whatever lands for you, whatever sits with you, that's how it's gonna be. Okay. So okay. I'm gonna now move into like what is a limpia, a cleanse, sorry. What is clearing out yourself, your emotions, your mind, your body, your spirit, your environment, and your space. So do we there's energy. Everything carries energy. Do I have anybody who would like to share an example of how you can feel energy or sense energy? Anybody that comes to mind?
Just you just feel it. Like for me, like it just like I
Yeah,
can't explain it, but it just it's like it touches my body without me seeing it.
I love that. Because I love that you're speaking to it. Doesn't always have words. It's a sensation in your body. So, for example, we all have like certain family members that feel heavy. And like if you were to tell me like what is it? It's a body sensation. I'll go to a gathering and I'll feel it like, oh, like what is it? And there's no description, there's no like evidence, it's a feeling. So a lot about what we're talking about today isn't like you see the cup, right? It's a sensation. So it's your relationship to your body. So if you feel like I don't ever feel anything, there must be something wrong with me. No, 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 no. There's nothing wrong with you. Sometimes through our childhood experience, we grow and we're growing in environments that disconnect you to your body because we need to survive a certain way. We need to do things a certain way as a family. And so that disconnection just creates a distance from you and your body. I want us to encourage, don't let this be today a day like, oh, I got it wrong because I couldn't feel it. I don't know what she's talking about when we're moving and we're sharing and I'm giving you things. Don't judge. Just welcome curiosity. Oh, what would it be like if I start to connect to my body now? Like, let me see, how would that be? That's where you're starting to build that relationship with your body and our relatives that we're going to be sharing today. I don't know if you want to share or add anything to what I said.
It's just like as you're building your relationship with your body, right? And you're building a relationship with the elements in your body, right?
Mhm.
Notice what about me is earth, is material. What about me is
Yes.
fire?
Yeah.
What about me is water? What about me is breath? Because what's out there is within us. We're made of all of these elements.
Yeah. Thank you. I love, yes, that's such a big piece. So, now that we spoke to the energy that we don't see, but we sense and we feel, you can even feel it as with people. You can sense it in people. You can sense it in yourself. You can sense it in the environment. Just because you feel something heavy doesn't mean that it's evil. I hear this so much, so much. Oh, it's heavy. It must be evil. No, energy doesn't have a good, a bad, or evil. It carries a frequency. But obviously, if it felt uncomfortable and scary, that's because your body's like, that's not for me. That's just the signal. Like it's the signal. It's not for me. And so we got to clear it out. Okay. I want to start off first by talking about our relatives, and then we're gonna go into like how do we do it for ourselves? Because because there's a lot of the times, you know, certain people we all have a choice to walk this earth in certain intention, and unfortunately, some people we come across may carry an intention that's a lower frequency, and would say, "Oh, you got lots of heavy, girl. It's going to be $1,000 so I can clear you out." Okay. And a lot of people had those experiences. Okay. So that frequency that they carry is really important for you to be able to discern it in your body. And I want to empower you that you can do it yourself too. You can do. However, though, sometimes there is teachers who are walking the path in good alignment with this higher frequency to support you. And those teachers are not going to come off, you need this. They're going to guide you through your process to bring it back to you. Okay. So I just wanted to say that because we are going to learn how to do a cleanse on ourselves, on our environment, and even on people you love, your children, your partners, your friends, and start building that relationship. Okay. Okay. So let's start with some of our relatives. I also want us to like understand that just because so a certain plant is being talked about a lot, that's the only plant you can work with. So the one that here, am I going to start actually with this one is sage. Unfortunately, sage has become very trendy. Um, and it is one that's more talked about and popularized. And it is being over harvested, and not a lot of people are holding it with their highest heart intention. Okay. And so I want you to be mindful when you work with the plants, let them talk to you and you talk to these plants when you're going to use them for the limpias. So sage is one that I just wanted to bring and give an example. And you can smell it, you can feel it, you can touch it. Yeah. But and you can find sage pretty much anywhere. Um, if you want the best intention with it, I would say if you grow your own, because you know what energy you're investing in it, or you go to I'm even afraid to say like going to certain areas because some of these areas that there is an abundance of sage no longer has this abundance because people are going and cutting and not really doing it and honoring our relative, not really leaving an offering for its support and its medicine to us. Okay. So I just want to caution people, sage is beautiful medicine. Um, and it's very much used for cleansing the space, cleansing the energy. Okay. Uh, However, though, sage is very similar, and I don't know how to say ruda in English. Yeah. Oh, qué fácil. Ru. so, so ruda is actually one that comes from my abuelas. Okay. Um, And people get like, "Oh, I've never heard of ruda doing limpia." It goes way, way back. I mean, they did ruda for like stomach aches, for everything, for everything. But also, if you have ruda, know somebody that has ruda, and then and you know what the thing? Yes, sorry. I do. Yes. So ruda is like my sage to me. Yeah, it's a powerful medicine. She's strong. The way we can know what the plant's medicine is, look at how they grow. Look at what they stand. Look at their aroma. That's how you know. Oh, because all the relatives that I'm going to be sharing today all do limpias. They all cleanse. But there's some that carry specific frequency for certain cleanses. So, for example, ruda is very similar in alignment to sage. It actually, I call it like the superpower of like, oh, if there's heaviness, if there's a lot of grief, a lot of needing to release, this is one, like a lot of heavy emotions of loss, breakups, heartaches. This is one. So I want you to, I'm going to pass it around. I want you to smell it, touch it, feel it. I don't know if you want to pass this. Did we pass that one around again? Notice it, feel it, even hold it. Notice if you feel something. Sometimes remembering in our body, like, oh, I have a relationship with this, is a little nudge in the body, like, oh, that's what it is. Don't ignore it. Listen to it. It's there for a reason. Okay. Yeah. The senses. I have them on my front door too. So fresh works really good too. Um, and you can harvest it like that. When I first harvest it and I make the bundles and I have them at home, the house smells like ruda for weeks because I'll let them dry inside. Don't ever let your plantitas, if you decide to make bundles, um, dry in the sun. Okay, you want to dry them in the shade. So inside your house, inside something that's covered indirectly from the sun, because the sun will, remember, the sun is fire. So what is it going to do? It's gonna burn it. Yeah, it's gonna not continue to give it its beneficial properties. Okay. The other plantita that I want to share is another one that's over harvested, and you know, I try my best to try to get it from the people that harvested on with ethical intentions, right? And so sweetgrass is another one. Sweetgrass is one that also has been very overly harvested, popular, but I noticed that there's similar plants that we can have access to, that it's available, um, that you can build a relationship and braid it just like this. Okay, so I'm gonna pass. I have a small one that I had been burning. This is sweetgrass, and then I have a long one like this. So you can cut them in certain sizes that you want. Again, use all your senses to connect with them. Sweetgrass is very intentional around and similar to Palo Santo, bringing blessings. Okay, calling in. And if you want to share more, oh, let's do. It's beautiful medicine for. I really want you to think about sweetness in your life. Okay, sweetness in your life. That's when you want to burn it. So, like, let's say you got the ruda and you're like, oh my God, I'm moving through so much. And you cleanse yourself and you cleanse the space and you cleansed each other, and you're calling in a different energy, sweetgrass is one that you can burn. Now, if you don't come across sweetgrass, because what happens a lot of the times when we're learning how to do limpias, how to like clear our energy, what we tend to do is like, I'm on a mission. I have to find that one plant. And people go through looking it up online. And I want you to know you don't necessarily have to unless there is a fire within because you're like, this reminds me of my lineage or something. Then yes, listen to it. But it's not about, oh, it has to be that one because there's so many other relatives that can support you. So this one is sweetgrass. I'm sorry, lemongrass. You're like, so lemongrass um, is one that also comes from my abuelas. Um, my my abuela used to cut it and then put the whole bunch on the pot and let it simmer for tummy aches. Okay. Um, And then when I started building a tradition, my relationship with lemongrass, it's very similar to the sweetgrass. It's about intention. It's about bringing in joy. It's about, again, the sweetness. And I have more access to it. This one was actually braided when my little one. My little one and I were going through, my little one is 7 years old, and we're going through challenges in understanding our nervous system. And so I said, "Hey, how can we bring joy?" Because we were just like, "Oh, you're not listening. Oh, yeah," like just. So I had him hold it. He tied it, and then I was braiding it. When you do these braidings, do it with intention. So my intention was to have more joy, to play with him more, and then we would flip it, and then he would braid it. So you'll see some little parts. I think he did pretty good, actually. Um, so this is a way that you can also use something you have close by. And that piece was not taught to me. That was just something that came in me trying to build a relationship with lemongrass, but also with my son. And so it kind of just happened in that sweet way. Okay. So again, smell it, touch it. I do have to say though, be careful with your fingers when you're working with lemongrass. It has a lot of it's pretty sharp. So if you're not being careful, you are going to hurt your fingers. Okay. Did you want to add anything to it? Okay. Um, okay. Palo santo is in the similar way as sweetgrass. Palo santo is in a similar way to sweetgrass. It's a lighter scent. It's very citrusy. It's very smooth. And I think, is that Palo Santo on those baskets? Okay. Okay. So yes, so when you're wanting to bring blessings, setting intention, or like I need to connect to joy because I've been feeling a little sad or heavy or stressed, this is a good one. Okay. This is a really good one for that. I won't pass it around since I see that there's a basket there. And then I have Romero rosemary. So rosemary is very ancestral to me. It helps me connect to my ancestors. It helps me connect to my abuelas. It's a space. It's a protector. Okay. Um, it protects. It's so good at protecting. Okay. And so when I want to bring in protection and connection, I like to bring it into like when I'm doing ceremony. This is really powerful one when I'm in prayer, when I'm going into a meditation. I love this one for all those things. And it I actually feel like there is an abundance of romero, rosemary. You can find it in a lot of places, in a lot of parks, and they're always chopping them off and throwing them away. So just don't tell on me, but I like to go to the parks and help them out. And then I take, so a lot of the stuff I have here is sometimes from parks, from where places that I go hiking. When I see that there's an overly abundance of it, I will take some. So Romero is one that's like pretty similar to that. This is cedar. Okay. This is pine. Pine is really good. So I'm going to pass around two different types of pine. Okay. This is cedar. This is like very popular in the First Nations in Northwest. This is considered their like power medicine for connection to their ancestors, for clearing and protection. And then I know that other different like lineages and backgrounds connected to like grief, like when people are carrying a lot of loss, sadness. This is a powerful one for that. So this is cedar. I'll pass cedar down. Este ya vino? Yeah. And then on the other side, this is a pine. Um, it's not cedar. It's more of the like what you would think of the Christmas trees. Okay. So I'm my family's lineage is to Raramuri, which is the mountains of Chihuahua. Okay. And my lineage is connected a lot to the pines. So when I go to Big Bear, when I go to like Idlewild, when I go to little piney areas, it feels very familiar to me and very grounded. Um, and so when I started, the pine started talking to me about my connection, and I started using it more and more. But it's not so available because we don't live in pine areas. So this one served for the decoration in my house for Christmas, and I kept her. Uh-huh. So I brought medicine to share with everybody. This big jar is all pine. So before you leave today, I brought little baggies. Fill them up and take some home with you, so you can remember also your connection today and remind you, and you can start to build a relationship with the pines. Don't dismiss, like, I don't know how many trees if I can harvest all those trees that I find that they're throwing away, I totally would, because the pine carries resilience and strength. So when you're going through a hard time, this is a beautiful medicine to not let you forget about your inner fire, that you can do it and you're going to move through this. And that is one of the big reasons why she started talking to me. Sometimes she's a she, sometimes he's a he. I don't know. I don't know. I think in its energy, I think it does carry a lot more masculine, but sometimes she can be binary, non-binary, and give me both. So I just let her teach me. Okay. So I'm gonna go into the techniques, but oh my God, there's so much. This little baggie has different herbs that I mush together, and I carry it with me. Because even if you don't burn them, you can carry them with you. Put them in your purse. Yeah, thank you. It's the medicine bags. You can carry them. Yeah. So see how she has it in there? Yeah. And then I have another one with crystals. I separated them, but I wanted just to show an example. So I'm gonna pass these around. That's a way that you can carry it for protection, for cleansing. So when you're going into, if you're the person who's very sensitive and you go into a space, you can carry some of this to help you. Okay. Now I'm gonna go really fast. Oh, ¿saben qué? As I'm talking, I'm gonna pass these out. Oh, thank you. You're awesome. Gracias, gracias. Era burning with the there's no right or wrong answer to doing this. It's very intuitive. I just want to give you some guidance, and then you're gonna feel into it. Okay. So, um, the copalera is one way. You saw it. Everybody felt the charcoal is in there, right? That charcoal, you could put copal, okay, but you could put this herbs, that little baggie with all the different herbs. And don't be shy. I have some more, so you can fill up the baggie as much as you can if you want. Um, the the charcoal burns through the herbs too, so it's not just copal, and you can make a mixture. So that baggie has a mixture of copal with different herbs. And my intention when I was making that one was like, I want to feel like protected and uplifted. So that one has, I think it has lavender. I can't even think of everything it has, but it has a lot of things from my garden that I dried and I harvested and I put it in there. And from other sisters' gardens, from people that I know, oh, from my mom's garden too. So that one has it from everybody. So when people are like, oh, I'm like, hey, what do you do when you cut this down? And they'll be like, throw it away. No, hold it for me in the bag. I'll go get it. So I'm always like, when people are cutting stuff down, I also think it has mulberry leaves. I have a mulberry tree at home, and mulberry is about abundance and opening yourself to receive the good thing, which is mora in Spanish, la mora más grande. And then that charcoal, you can use it in any dish that's heat resistant. So it could be the copalera, it could be a ceramic bowl that's heat resistant, it could be metal, okay? Or if you have something that isn't necessarily heat resistant, you can use sand, okay? And use the sand to protect the dish from it. You can use an abalone shell. I don't have one as example, but I wanted to show you this cool shell that I did come across that I use it in one of my walks and I found it at the most interesting place. Um, oh my God, I can't think of this. I'm blanking on the name right now because I'm feeling rushed. But it's in the desert and it's a lake. And I found it like just, I don't know how I came across it. And I was like, wow, this is so interesting. So it's been with me for many years now. And you can see little burn marks here and there. So I just wanted to share, like, it doesn't have to be something you buy, it could be something you come across. So she spoke to me, I received her, and I use her. So I'll put some medicine plant in there. So when I don't use a charcoal, similar to this one, the romero that you see, I just turn on whatever bundle I make and I'll hold the tray. Okay. Because it does release ash. Do not bring your house down or anyone down. So you want to make sure that that heated ash goes somewhere. Um, so you can hold it, or if you're outside, I mean, it really doesn't, outside is not a big deal. Uh, and that's another way that you can do it. It's basically the same as I did the individual. I started with the head, I went all the way down, I went to the back. I use breath to also move energy. Breath, as you learned today, right, activates the fire. And it's about releasing, transmuting, letting go. So when you are doing that on yourself, you can connect with your breath too. Like every exhale means you're releasing. Okay. Now, I'm going to be hanging out here today. If you have any questions, if you didn't get your little baggie of pine, feel free to come and grab it. But I know we're going to move into the cantos, into our drumming, continuing to connect with our heart. And also, it's another form of a limpia, okay? But through really, I'm not going to get into it. I'm going to let Dulce share, but really getting into that somatic body experience of a limpia. Okay, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your attention. I am really honored that you invited me here today and that I was able to share some of my wisdom. And if you are feeling called to share any wisdom with me that you would like me to carry and share as I go into my journey, I receive it. And thank you so much for your time. Gracias, gracias, gracias.